as a naming contest, but it also happens to be in the pantheon of like Greek gods, and so they said we'll allow it. Disney, let's go. But it's just named a dwarf planet. It's an unfortunate name. No, it's not a planetoid. Dwarf planet. Planet. That's right. Yeah. Oh, wrong. Yes, I would like. That's what you need to start with. If you say it's not a planet, it's wrong. Yeah. And immediately, as soon as we drove by and got really good imagery of it, it changed everything we knew, because it was a giant pink heart-shaped glacier at the center of the planet. And we were like, Pluto loves us. And every picture of Pluto we had immediately just became obsolete, and we had to like wipe it from the planet. So, no, I do, there's other Eros, like a couple of the asteroid belt. Then you have the moons of Pluto, the Pluto like that has moons, and other objects that are unfortunately named things like make, and yeah, I mean, when you discover shit, you get to name it, and everybody is right.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, yeah, there are other objects that are fairly big. All right, folks, come on over and have a seat, or pull your chairs around. We're going to get started here in a minute. Welcome to the annual meeting. If you're a first-year curler, just say woo. All right, second-year curler. All right, third or older. All right, good. That ratio has changed quite dramatically in the time that I've become a curler. This is my only 7th season curling. I know I look a lot older than that. But 6 of those I served on the board. So we're going to start our annual meeting. So come on over, grab a drink. It is a curling club. Are we streaming now? And is my mic coming through? I'm just checking with the people. So this, for those of you that are first-year curlers, second-year curlers, this may be your first annual meeting. This is the only meeting that is required by the bylaws. So it's really my only task that I'm required to do. So everything else is just because I love y'all. All right, and that's it. So that's why we have this meeting at the first week of May or the second week of May every year. So it is required to give an update on the finances and all that. So I'll be doing that. So I'm just filling time right now. I'm supposed to have space jokes. It involved Uranus. No. There you go, 3 of you. Thank you. All right, are we good now? Oh, we're good. Oh, I got a thumbs up. All right, thank you, Trevor. All right, welcome to the annual meeting, everyone. This is your club. You can go ahead and clap because we've had a fabulous year. Thank you. I've so enjoyed. I was like the last person to sign up for the Inside Out spiel. I'm so glad I did. I've had a great time dressed as a frog, dude. I know, dude. I love frogs. Yeah, exactly. So we've had a blast, and and I have a time limit for this meeting because we're going to be starting to curl at 4, so I can't go any longer than that. All right. So welcome to the annual meeting. I always like to start with the mission of our club. Our mission, when we created our 501c3, was to promote the sport of curling around Charlotte and the Carolinas across the southeastern United States. This is such an exciting time to be a southeastern curler because all the clubs in the Carolinas are growing. A lot of the clubs that are near us are on a path to trying to get dedicated ice. Either they have land or they have a plan, and we're really excited to partner with them. And there's some more cool stuff coming down the pipe where we get to do more of our mission. And we are a mission-minded club because we are we're not, I know that some people are saying, and I've heard members say, we need to make sure we run the club like a business. And that is, I'm a nonprofit person. This is what I do for a living. I work in nonprofits. I work in education. So I think if we start with our mission and then work backwards from there, we're always going to be headed in a really good direction. because you're not coming and working 5 hours at a Learn to Curl or a Cocktails in Curling and making $5,000 in the club if you're not passionate about curling. So we want passionate, excited curlers, and I think this year we have the most passionate, excited curlers in leagues all across our leagues. Our new curlers have brought wonderful energy. They're keen curlers. That's what they say in Canada. We adopt their stuff sometimes. And keen curlers, and you want to be better. And I mean, it shows on the ice. It's super competitive games. It's super fun. So our club is run on a committee system. And when I first became president, there wasn't a lot of committees. Now you can see there are quite a few committees. I'm going to quickly shout out some really good people. Trevor Suarez in the back, give him a round of applause. He's the AV club. I know. Over the last summer, and this is a year kind of thing, you don't notice anything different except for that the internet works here. And they spent 2 months dragging wires all over this building to make sure that that could happen. And it's a new keypad system. You kind of notice that. That's something that's changed. Next year, we're hoping to even add an app where you can just hit your phone against it. So that work has been, all around our building and made a big difference. And then Bar Joe, I know, woo, everybody gets woos. Bonsfield's, Dana, and me. The Curler Development Committee is kind of the baby that I have been taking care of. And as a president, I was supposed to be on every committee. I wasn't supposed to be chairing any of them, but I did do that for a little while. Facilities was Tucker McKay. He doesn't curl a lot of nights, but he curls on Sunday mornings. And he does so many things with our vendors and takes care of a $2.8 million facility. It's a lot of infrastructure. Yeah, I know. Financial services, Kyle Markham. This is about 13 of our members that have experience in financial services. Neil Pfeiffer, the president, has 0 experience with the finances. There have been rumors that the board has said, oh, that's Neil math again, because I talk about wonderful things that are going to happen in the club, and then we have a whole group of people that make sure that the money works out. And then the ice crew, Frank, give him a round of applause. Yeah. We are so blessed. He has empowered upwards, I think the final number was like 38 people that served on an ice crew. That's more than 20% of our club. And he is the head assistant ice tech, like he's the second in command of USA Curling, and he helps train our ice people. He's one of only 6 trainers in the country that can train ice techs. And he is a member of our club and volunteers his time to get a person of Frank's stature to do all the work he does. A lot of clubs would have to, pay a salary, and he refuses. We try to give him a membership for free because of all the hours that he has, and he's like, well, I'm still going to buy stuff for the ice, and he just does it on his own time. So pretty amazing. The idea committee is Dana. Pro Shop is Misty Morris. Our Pro Shop had a really good year. Social media, Megan Wright. Yep, she's here today. Ed, thank you. Yeah, give her a round of applause. To run our social media, I don't think anybody understands unless you do it for a living. It's kind of a whole ecosystem, and to have one person in charge of it, right now it's a committee of 1. So people, if you have social media thing, please go talk to her. She took a new role at her job and is now like the principal and things. So she needs some help. USWCA, Jen. Website is now Oscar. We want to thank Tabitha. Last year, this time last year, we didn't have a website. We flicked the switch on the other one, and we put a new website together. I don't know if you remember how it worked at the beginning. We had little rough and bumpy things. It was a lot of like building planes as we were flying them. And now we have a really functioning website, we do so much of our business. We have our front-facing business, behind-the-scenes business, all of that is there. And then marketing and nice sponsors is now Dwayne Hunt. So if you, I know he's a new person. He is excited. He wanted me to give a goal of like to get big ice sponsors. So if you have businesses or you have some leads, please get with Erica, Dwayne, Dan, I think is still around. No, Dan just said no. Okay, Dan said no. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to put him on the spot. He just like, no. Erica and Dwayne. All right, yeah. All right. Oh, I'm flipping my own thing. So, all right. League commissioners. I know, excellent. So many of you are in here. The Sunday centers and mixed doubles. Sunday night, St. Sean. Monday night is now Leanne, but I wanted to thank Dave Coates' team, or Jeremy Hoshin's team, for doing that this past year. Thank you. Yeah, Jeremy did announcements. I said Dave Coates, so that's who ran it. Tuesday night is Ann. I can't spell Wednesday. All right, Wednesday Teacher League. I know spelling words so hard. I know, teacher. This is a new league. This is the announcement of a new league, so I'm so excited. We're going to run a 4 p.m. draw on Wednesday. It's 4 people curling. It is not a pickup league, so you will sign up for it. And so I'm excited to announce a new league. Susan Misiak has agreed to be the league commissioner. You will curl from 4 to 6-ish, and then there's still enough time for the doubles leagues to go between those. So the doubles leagues still exist, but this is another opportunity for you to curl. We sent out a survey for it early in the year. We had more than 40 people fill out the survey. Of that group, 28 said they were interested or would definitely do it. 32 people is a league, so when you had over 20 people to say yes, then we should have another opportunity to curl. We're calling it the Teacher League because other clubs have called that, and teachers get off theoretically in time to do it. You do not have to be a teacher to curl in the league. And they may choose to name it something different. Please choose to name it something different, but that's what we're going to do. Yeah, early birds, or whatever you want to name it. All right, so we'll do that. Wednesday night, Joe and Kristen. Thursday morning, Barry Klein took over for Omar. He had done it for almost the entire time we've been in dedicated ice, I think. So thank you, Omar, for doing league commissioner duties. 9 years, 9 seasons. That's a lot. So yeah, exactly. So yeah, really nice. Friday night, Adrienne and Leanne. I just ran out of space, and then yeah. I was just like typing things, and it kept making it smaller and smaller. Saturday developmental league. Amanda Smith. Please give her a round of applause. Yeah, so many of. It was her brainchild that said we needed a developmental league, a 5-week league, to introduce. Well, it originally started out as an 8-week league. She has pared it down, yeah, exactly, to a 5-week league. And so I'll be doing that next year. I'm not teaching. Don't worry. I'm sorry. You don't have to learn curling from me. But I will be wrangling the people to help you. So I'll be doing that with the new curlers. Next year. Oh, you don't know applause needed. You haven't seen me teach. All right. And then Little Rockers, Tom and Alex. Thank you, Tom and Alex, for doing that. And then juniors, Dana took over. So thank you. Yeah. So those, this is headed into our 10th season in dedicated ice. When Ann and I joined 7 years ago, a lot of these leagues, we were curling 2 or 3 nights a week, and then a daytime league or 2. So really, when you join this club and people join, they say, "What night do you curl?" And the answer is, every night. Yeah, every night there's curling. And so the potential growth, and this is kind of where we're going to head, is going to be in our daytime leagues and our juniors, Little Rockers. So what are the thousands and thousands of hours that it takes to run this facility? If I said you've done a bar shift, I think every person in here has done that. The ice maintenance and installation, all the cocktails and curlings, all the marketing events. It really is an infrastructure that is your club. And whether you've been here for 3 months, 3 years, or since the beginning of all 14 seasons, it really is your club. And if you find your community your happy place and you're volunteering, we know that is the retention of the club. That's what brings people back season after season. Curling's great. We love curling. But there's very few of our members that just come curl one time a week, brew stack for 1 beer, and then leave. That's not our club, and I'm proud of that. So we base our volunteering, the amount of volunteering is, you may have heard once or twice me say, get your 45 hours in. You've never heard that before? Oh, okay. All right, yeah, you might have heard me say it every time I'm in front of somebody, 45 hours. Well, how did we get to that number? We did a lot of research, Casey and I, on the Sign Up Genius. We realized that about 6,000 hours is what it takes to run a curling club. That is crazy. You're like, well, and then what did we say? Well, the average needed to be, for about 200 members, about 30 hours. So we made the challenge to be 45 hours. We just basically added a little bit to that. We're actually finding that that's kind of low number. And so we appreciate some of you. Some of you have taken the I know I've lost you all. That have, I'll finish the sentence. Just let me use words.
I'm not offended.
No, because you're number one on the Sign Up Genius. All right, yeah, one of you, Leanne, went to the, no. A few of you took it as a challenge to get the most hours on Sign Up Genius, all right? And you weren't going to beat Leanne, I'm sorry. But she signed up for everything. Yeah, I know, we really appreciate it. But there were so few people that we noticed that were, well below that number. Everybody was trying to get their hours. And so we really appreciate that. I'll finish the sentence. I'll say words. I'll say nice things. All right. Our events. We ran all of these events up here. 1712 Cup, Jeremy did that, thank you. Grits and Granite, Amy June did that by herself it was kind of late. It was halfway through the summer, and I personally called her and said, I'll go meet you. She lives in Landis, and I met her there, and for 2 solid weeks, we did it. And so she did it as a labor of love, and really appreciate it. 5U, Nicole and Ryan, and Jen, that's right, and Jen. All right, sorry. And Southern Mixed Doubles, USA Playdowns, the All-American. You're seeing the same name over and over and over again. We really appreciate Brady for running those events. So the Southern Mixed Doubles, it is the Brady Gould Trophy, and he had a vision of having competitive curling and people coming in, high-level curlers coming in, using our facility. We found it, and we have now, you've seen some of the best. If you go look at the trophy, go Google famous curlers. Those are really famous curlers. It's kind of like incognito and stuff. But Brady is still agreed to help me sort of learn the ropes on how to run a high-level spiel, and he does great draws and things, and he'll do that. But he's going to kind of start to hand that off. All right? And then he did the Playdown color games was Dana. Thank you. It was a new format for us, and an amazing Bonspiel. It was very cool. We had lots of out-of-town folks, some folks from our club too, and it was really good. The All-American last weekend, and then the Inside Out, Sarah and Amber. Yeah. So we run a lot of events out of our facility, and the names are going to change next year. This was last year's. Those are going to shuffle around. But please, if you have never run an event or partnered with somebody to run an event, if you've done a few leagues, been here for Cocktails and Curling, kind of participated in a few bonspiels, you have the tools in your toolbox to help with a bonspiel. And it is not required that you sleep here on a cot and stay here the entire weekend. That is not what we're trying to get out of our events. So please make sure we support Nicole, because she is going to be running Grits and Granite next year. So yeah. All right. Oh, I'll skip ahead and then behind, because that was the time. Yeah, I know, because now it's the time to say, I know, I'm really going. I know. There we go. All right, so Grits and Granite next year. I know. We do need someone to help with Nicole. Nicole is amazing, but she needs some help. And we are going to be bringing back the original Grits and Granite, which was, I think the first theme was Casino Royale. So we are transforming our club on Saturday night into a working casino. All right, so I think you'll want to be in the bonspiel. We'll probably have to have a lottery for it. It's going to open up May 19th, so very soon. And I'm just really excited about this because it kind of harkens back to one of our very first bonspiels. It's super, and a bunch of you are degenerates, so I know you like gambling. All right, so included, and me included. All right, so you're going to enjoy this. Please pass it around to your circle and networks of curlers, because a lot of you in this building have bonspiel before. You know different people and personal connections to like one extra team from a different place. It is going to be our 10th Grits and Granite. That's a question mark. Is that correct? No, that's not correct. Oh, not our 10th one. Okay, yeah. So 10th, 11th. 11. All right. Yeah, it's okay. So somewhere between 10 and 13. Yeah. Historic 13th. All right. All right. So, I know, I went here. So our revenue. Here's stop. All right. So the first thing is last year at the annual meeting, we had already started raising money for the theoretical dehumidifier. And over the summer, we had many great donors that stepped up. And so we made the decision, because of the donations we had received throughout the summer, to order a dehumidifier in July. And it just got installed last week. So as Steve said, this is a $148,000 picture. I mean, it looks amazing. It's so shiny. That's right, exactly. Oh, that's just on the pad. It's not hooking up. It's not working. Like, we gotta, yeah. Look at it. Look, it's so pretty. Yeah. So, yeah. So in direct donations and tips, we received $82,000. We could, I know, that is so generous of you. Many of you did that. In that number, we can't, I like to double count things. Did I tell you that Neil has some math sometimes? Yeah, they're Neil math. So we did do 2 extra cocktails and curling at the end that raised over $9,000 that we applied to abolish FUS, but we have to just include that in the regular revenue and not the direct donations and tips. So really, with all of that included, 90-some thousand dollars. So it's been really exciting. Hopefully, the new board will not do another capital campaign next year. I don't think there's any appetite for let's raise money for another giant piece of equipment. So it took right around 30% of the club gave direct checks donations. That's really exciting. But all of us in this room did all the events to create our revenue numbers to the point where this has been a really successful season. So here we go. You guys want to look at the revenue. We had an amazing revenue year. We budgeted with a giant dehumidifier. We were hoping to bring in $474,000. That was based on last year's number, about the same. And so we brought in $482,000. Give yourselves a round of applause. So, COGS, again, I'm learning, yes, the cost of goods and services. All the financial people know that. Teachers, we don't use those words, but that's the cost of the pro stuff, the beer, all that. And then our expenses were a bit higher than projected because shockingly in HVAC, as we start to install things and we start to do things, the price tag kept going up and up. I think that was a blood pressure check for the entire board as we kept getting larger and larger numbers. The net income is $58,000, but we have to kind of back out because we haven't paid for all of the services for our dehumidifier yet. So the actual number of money that we've cleared is right at $11,000, which it sounds like a tiny number, but we put in a $148,000 dehumidifier and just did it in our budget. I know, give y'all, we are excited, and the board is excited not to have a chiller, a dehumidifier kind of on our balance sheet for next year. That's right. That's right. We have the things, and hopefully it'll be great. So membership for fulfillment, developmental leagues, all the things. We want to be your happy place. I think you saw Erica's post, some of you that follow her, about how what the curling club means to them. We saw this over the pandemic, and I think some of us in the room that curled during the pandemic saw how important the curling club was to everyone's mental health. And it's not just the actual throwing of rocks, although beautiful. It is the community that is here. So we're really want to support each other on and off the ice. We want to include new members. I'm really excited about how involved the new members are for next year. People are already pinging our website asking when membership opens next fall. So we're going to be, with all the events that we've run, our mailing list has gotten pretty impressive. All right. And then where are we headed next year? We want to enhance our training because our second and third year curlers we want to do another SCIPS clinic, probably a level 2 version of the developmental league. We've got some things in the works. So if you have things and ideas, we want to do that. So this is where membership has been and where we're headed. You can kind of, I know it's a lot of information, you're reading it along. Yes, we opened a club with 35 people. Yeah, it was, we opened those of you that were in the room, 35 people opened this club 7 years ago. If you do some math, you realize we shoot up, little pandemic happened, kind of knocked our numbers down. But we're I feel like we're at a place of sustainable growth. Yeah, when we first opened the club, we did not have all the night leagues filled. And we're almost there. And so our growth potential is going to be with daytime leagues, juniors, and Little Rockers. Because in those numbers from the mid-teens and early 2020s, the numbers we were giving family memberships away, so every kid was automatically a member. We were doing some things like wraparound membership, which is a cuss word at the board level. You'll have to talk to me offline. But those numbers were sort of higher. But now we know with our website, really all of those members are paying actually curling members, which is really exciting. What can you do to help? Please put on your calendar June 23rd, Saturday, June 23rd. That's our first curl gaining. We have a lot of maintenance that needs to happen. Painting the walls, hanging flags, come in, clean, repair the furniture, clean the brooms, the non-member brooms, all the areas, all that. So please put that on your calendar. No. All right, 15th. All right, 15th. Oh, great. All right. Yeah. It was talking to Tucker. Exactly. I might not be there. All right. And then your challenge is to keep a fun and inclusive culture as we grow, enjoy the community, and also jump in and help run a league. If you think you are not qualified to run a league or run an event, or oh man, that takes too much talent. Yeah, I mean, I think you hear from our group that there is a lot of support system in place to help you succeed. We're not going to be like, good luck running grits and granite, Nicole. Nobody's going to help you. Okay, that's not the idea. All right. Ice Techs, we are going to be, next season, we're going to be running an Ice Tech Level 1 USA Curling Clinic. Yeah, exactly, here. So Frank's going to be leading it. So we are running the, say again? Sheep. Yeah, no, I'm surprised we don't have one in the warm room right now, folks. Yeah.
Upgraded clinic, like USA Curling has revamped their program, so it is something that we're very fortunate that Frank is part of our club, and they're asking if we can be part of the training, because this will, basically, there's two different levels, one for making sure club level ice is really, good, and then a kind of championship ice opportunity to really get into it and learn all the details about championship ice too.
Sure. So these are, some of you are new. I heard all the woos of the first and second year curlers, so you may not know the board. That was Dana, by the way. President, that was me, and Julie is your president-elect. I'm about to hand her a broom in a second. Yep. Secretary was Kevin Stevens, treasurer Nate Wright. Thank you, Nate. There was so much that he did this year behind the scenes. The rest of the directors are Casey, Dana, Jeremy, Marietta, and Matt. And I know we're going to add, give them a round of applause. They supported me and sometimes my crazy ideas. I mean, the things that they have, they've challenged me to be better and be, look more holistically at the club. And these folks, I know Tuesday League has seen it. I mean, we meet, and then Ian's nice enough to say, oh yeah, clap for the board, and we're just in amongst it. And so the 9 of us really are a team. It's really, we don't all think alike, and that's great, because we really do dissect everything, and they make great decisions for you as curlers. They have your top of mind is how is this going to affect our club? We constantly talk to each other about, we choose the folks that we want to be in this room. Because when we go to a Learn to Curl, you go to a cocktail and curling, you're leading those things. Everybody goes, how do I join? And there's all 100 people. Could we take all 100 people in that? Do you want all 100 people in there? You're like, nope. So you, as a club member, your friends, your connections, those are how we grow, and we want to be the club that you want to be. So that's been our board too. So special shout out to Casey. She's rolling off with me, so please give her a round of applause. She said, lots of folks sign up to be on the board once. Casey signed up to be on the board twice. There are very few people that go past that, including yours truly. Don't ask me to be on the board again for a while, because it's intense. It's a volunteer job, and it really is a volunteer job. And Casey has been there for 5 of the 6 years. So really, next season. Oh yeah, we'd already talked about Bruce Smith. Oh, you're all just wanting to know what the board members all. I do bury the lead, by the way. I know you all sit here like, I want to know who won the board election. Oh yeah, that's the last thing that I'm talking about. All right, so I'm just going the wrong way, and here you go. Drum roll. All right, drum roll. All right. All right. I appreciate y'all being graceful, as I'm not. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Our new board members are Leanne Havely. Amy June, and Kevin Stevens was reelected. So thank you for the 6 people who ran. In the last few years, I mean, when they first started Club 35 members, getting 9 people to run for the board was a challenge. Now we have very qualified people running, and so that thank you for running. If you put your name in the hat, and many of you have put your name in the hat, say, I want to be on the board. So those folks are going to be great board members. We really are excited about transitioning them onto the board. Next year, when you do elections, you will be electing the next president-elect. And we'll give you the slate of people who are eligible, and then you'll elect 2 more board members. So it does go quick. When Steve was handing me the broom, I remember a couple seasons ago, and so I get to hand the broom off to Julie. So that is the short. I went a little longer than normal. But my last thing before I hand off the broom and give it to Julie is it has been my great honor to be the president of the club. We have a phenomenal reputation nationally about how fun our club is, how excited we have young curlers, new curlers. We might all not be the youngest folks in here, but as a club, we are a vibrant, strong, excited community of curlers. So keep being that. Keep searching for the next new fun curler that you get to be with. And if you decide next season that you're like, okay, you're wandering in, and maybe a job takes you to another place, or you aren't with us next year, just know that you're always welcome back. We have people wander in and wander out. All wanderers aren't lost. We want you to have an exceptional experience and then tell someone else about it. So I've really enjoyed being the president. I am going to really enjoy not being the president because this is, I've only been a curler for 7 years. I've been on the board for 6 and president or president-elect for 3. And so I am excited about next season about just being a curler and not having, all the things that come along with that. So I'm going to grab the, all right, I'm going to read this. I know, this is a ceremonial broom. I know, here we go. And this broom was first given to the second on the Wisconsin team at the 1973 U.S. Men's Nationals at Broadmoor in Colorado Springs. It was discovered on eBay because, that sounds just like our club. All right, so we call it the President's Broom. You wonder why this broom is on there. I was the 5th president. And please welcome the 6th president of Charlotte Curling up to the stage, Julie Delabove. Hey. Congrats.
Got it.
All right.
Sweet. Awesome. Oh, you're sitting down now?
Oh, yeah, I'm done. I'm out.
He's done. He's officially done. Awesome. Thank you. I am very excited for everything that Neil has done for this club, everything that he has brought in addition to this club to help us grow. I'm going to say probably one of your biggest successes has been the introduction of cocktails and curling, and that is something that I hope to continue to have it grow and thrive. And this thing is exceptionally heavy, so I'm putting it down. But Neil, on behalf of everyone on the board, Kern and everything, I do want to say thank you for your hard work and dedication and always being available on your phone, through text, to talk through things, to be available for this club. I mean, you really have, it was a big shoes to fill after Steve, and I don't think anybody could have filled them better than you did. So thank you. And I'm excited to join the ranks. I think I did this the other day, that out of this, I'm pretty proud that being the 6th president, half of us have been women. So I think that says something really awesome. I'm joining the ranks of Rhonda and Susan. So I'm really excited to join into this wonderful club that gets a fancy broom. But I am excited for what the future's going to bring. I'm really excited for what Grits and Granite is going to look like. I think Nicole has an awesome plan set up. So if you are a new curler and you're like, hey, I think, sorry, I just noticed Julie. If you are someone who is a newer curler who is like, I think I'd want to get into learning about bond spills and doing them, this would be a great bond spill to do it. I have never seen a more organized plan of action than what Nicole has set up, so I think it's going to be really good to start off this early. So if you're a new curler that's kind of wanting to get involved in this, I think this is a great experience to help out in a bond spiel. But I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I just want to say thank you to everybody, and I'm really excited that in the fall we're going to be starting our 10th year of dedicated ice. So that is if you haven't seen the picture that Kristen Conrad had posted of them actually trying to plan out on sheet A, not sure. Yeah, I'm sure that rock didn't go too far, but just to see how far this club has come both physically and internally, and to see how we continue to grow. So I am really excited to be a part of that and watch us continue to blossom. So thank you, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful end to Inside Out. It's been a wonderful curling year, and I'm really excited to start us off again in the fall.